The Orlando Magic came out and stole Game 1 against Detroit. You look over at Atlanta, and they went into New York and grabbed Game 2 on the road. And if you check the Minnesota Timberwolves, they went into Denver and took Game 2 from the Nuggets. Now here's where it gets spicy. Jaden McDaniels just handed the Denver Nuggets some of the loudest bulletin board material you can imagine. He straight up called them out, saying their defense has been terrible, and he basically made it clear that Minnesota should be attacking everybody on that roster because nobody out there can really guard consistently, man. Yeah, we definitely got to break these comments down next.
Your hands now, you have to kind of collect the cleat.
We got to take care of the paint. Like not let people get to the paint is easy. Just turn your guy a couple times, pick up full court, whatever you can do to slow them down and keep them out the paint while Rudy's out.
What some of the keys offensively as to really getting a rhythm?
Go out, Jokić, Jamal, all the bad defenders, Tim Hardaway, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, the whole team. Like, just go at them.
They're all bad defenders.
Yeah, they're all bad defenders.
So just to consider them to take it to them, it feels like you guys constantly back.
Yeah, just they don't got people that can defend the rim, and if he is there, we still more athletic than them, and just got to be able to finish when we do.
Is there a discipline involved in just staying in that attack mode?
Yeah, you gotta. Just sometimes you gotta know when to attack and when the right moments, and just if it's your time to shoot it or pass it. But either way, if you just break the paint, you're gonna have a shot, or someone else is gonna be open.
Awesome, thanks, Jaden.
There's definitely some truth in what Jaden McDaniels is saying. And listen to this, when you get all the way to the rim, as dominant as Nikola Jokić is offensively, he's not really stopping you from finishing at the basket. Now hold up, Aaron Gordon has dealt with injuries over the last few seasons. He's been their best defender and honestly their most versatile piece, switching, rotating, doing a little bit of everything. But the question is whether his body is still letting him defend at that same elite level he once did. And I'm not even sure that lateral quickness is fully there like it used to be, especially with the up and down season he's had, right? Yeah, so that's part of the concern. And then you look at Jamal Murray. Teams are definitely targeting him on the defensive end. And when you've got a guy like Anthony Edwards coming downhill full speed, even Ayo Dosunmu style pressure, that becomes a real problem for Denver's coverage, because that's the kind of attack that stresses everything you've got on defense. Now, Cam Johnson and those types of wings bring size, but he doesn't have the physical profile of Michael Porter Jr. And on top of that, Peyton Watson is out right now. He's more athletic, and he gives them a completely different defensive look when he's on the floor. I remember before his offensive role expanded, back when Nikola Jokić was injured, Watson was getting real minutes and making impact plays. He was a high-energy defender, blocking shots, running the floor, finishing above the rim like a true athletic wing. And in a lot of ways, he reminded you of those McDaniels-type wings. Not identical game, but that same long, explosive defensive energy profile. And that's McDaniels calling him out. These teams have seen each other multiple times over the last few postseasons, and this series has been nothing but intense from start to finish. We've seen stretches where Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves came into Denver and stole the first 2 games a few years back. Then Denver responded, swung momentum back and turned it into a full back-and-forth war. That series went all the way to 7 games, and Minnesota ultimately came out on top. Now they're back at it again in another postseason matchup. And outside of the Ant-Man rivalry with Shai, there's a whole Western Conference tension building because teams are chasing that OKC level right now. You've got squads like Denver, Minnesota, and even San Antonio trying to climb into that same tier. But right now, Minnesota feels like one of the toughest matchups for Denver specifically, because Anthony Edwards puts so much pressure at the rim. Once he gets past that first line of defense, things break down quickly. And with Nikola Jokić not being a traditional rim protector, that becomes a major problem. If Ant is hitting shots and getting downhill the way he wants, it turns into a long night real fast. Then you add McDaniels attacking closeouts, long, athletic, disruptive, and you've got Julius Randle bringing that physical bruising presence around the rim. And honestly, that kind of toughness is something even the Knicks are missing right now. You can see it in their current series. Sometimes that grit and edge Randle used to bring along with Dante is exactly what Minnesota thrives on. That used to be part of their identity, and now it feels even more important as teams like New York struggle to win ugly when shots aren't falling. Because Minnesota can absolutely do that. They can grind you out. And I've got to highlight this last play. Late fourth quarter, ball comes off the rim, and Rudy Gobert goes straight over Nikola Jokić, snatches it, and finishes with a 2-hand slam. That right there was a real momentum-shifting possession. You have to finish that play out. And listen to this. It's just as valuable as knocking down a clutch three in the corner or hitting a late-game shot. The way Rudy Gobert defended Nikola Jokić last night, that was real work. Jokić ends up 8 for 20 from the field, and if you can get that kind of efficiency out of him in a playoff game, you've got a real shot in the series. Gobert wasn't biting on anything. Those reverse pivot jumpers, he stayed down. Fakes, flinch. That's discipline on another level defensively, and you've got to give him credit for that performance. Now, if you're the Denver Nuggets, this is where pride kicks in. Aaron Gordon has to dig in defensively. He's one of the anchors of that unit when he's right. Jamal Murray has to take ownership of that end too. And Jokić, yeah, he's got to be locked into his defensive positioning as well. Because here's the thing, if you can't be an elite rim protector, you've got to survive in other ways. You got to use your body, your angles, your positioning. Think about someone like Grant Williams. He's not blocking everything, but he does his work early. He makes catches harder. He bumps guys off their spots. Same thing with guys like Julius Randle. You don't let him catch it where he wants, you push him out, make him uncomfortable, take away comfort zones. That's the misconception people always get wrong on defense. It's not just about blocks or steals. Sometimes it's about making everything slightly harder before the action even happens. You can show early and help. You can bump cutters. You can stunt and recover. Even if you're not making highlight plays, you're still impacting possessions. And that's the bigger picture here. We'll see if all this chatter actually wakes Denver up or exposes more issues. Either way, this series is getting real. Drop your thoughts in the comments, tap in with a like, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Your head now, you have to kind of collect the clean.
We got to take care of the paint. Like not let people get to the paint is easy. Just turn your guy a couple times, pick up full court, whatever you can do to slow them down and keep them out the paint while Rudy's out.
What were some of the keys offensively as to really get them where things?
Go out, Jokić, Jamal, all the bad defenders, Tim Hardaway, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, the whole team. Like, just go at them.
They're all bad defenders.
Yeah, they're all bad defenders.
So just to consider them to take it to them, because you feel like you guys constantly attack.
Yeah, just they don't got people that can defend the rim, and if he is there, we still more athletic than them, and just got to be able to finish when we do.
Is there a discipline involved in just staying in that attack mode?
Yeah, you gotta. Just sometimes you gotta know when to attack and when the right moments, and just if it's your time to shoot it or pass it. But either way, if you just break the paint, you're gonna have a shot, or someone else is gonna be open.
Awesome, thanks, Jaden.